This is Krishna. In the previous video, I have explained about a company named Eclic Hardware. It sells is with regard to different kinds of products it produces in different countries. And in this video, I'm going to explain how I have done, how the sales reports have been generated, and how the performance analysis of market analysis and the customer analysis country-wise customer performance as well as market performance and different how these reports has been generated will be discussed in this and the subsequent videos. In order to do that, we need to initially introspect how these pictures and how the pivot table is done, how the different tables are communication. For this purpose, I am creating a new Excel file and it is done in steps. So the step one is merging of all Excel files and cleaning of data using Power Query. In the next step, I'm going to create the fact and dimension table and a separate date table for either performance of data analysis. And subsequently, I'm going to write measures in Power Pivot, create a data model, and the connection in between different tables is done in Power Pivot. And performing of data analysis and creation of reports in Power Pivot and using Power Pivot and how the bars has been set in table using conditional formatting. So all this will be done subsequently in a couple of videos. In this video, let's discuss how merging of all Excel files, cleaning of data using Power Query. So for this purpose, I am going to create a new Excel file, and let's name it as new sales project. Because already there is a folder, there is a file named sales project in the desktop. So I'm going to create a file named new sales project, and and I need to take the data. I need to collect all the Excel files, and in order to communicate, we need to create a data model. So I am going to collect all the data. So this is called this Excel file, and these called ribbon file. The area which I'm showing with the yellow. So and like this is called the ribbon file, and these are called tabs. These are home tab, insert tab, draw tab, page layout tab, formulas tab, and data tab. So we are going to go for a data tab as we are performing data analysis. So data tab, and in this data tab we are going to get data from a folder. So get data, file, folder. What's the file name? And the folder name is sales table. And this folder has all the data which is sufficient as we have previously seen. So this folder I'm going to fetch the data, and now we are going to see a different screen. Despite of regular Excel holder, this screen is called Power Query screen. And when we go in, we can combine all these files. We can load the files directly, and we can combine these files and load. We can transform data. For each instance, I'm going to transform the data. So this takes us to a new window called Power Query. Here we can see in Power Query there is no minimize option. There is maximize as well as close. So I'm going to create queries. All this separate in the form of queries. We are going to create a new table and a new query for each table. So let's do it. Let's replicate it. So here I'm doing it. I'm duplicating it. So the duplicating file. So I'm going to name it as dim underscore customer. And what I'm going to do, this dim underscore customer, and when I click this, here we can see this table is dim underscore customer table, the same table which we see in Excel. This is a dim underscore customer table. So as we are performing on Excel, we cannot go for the other file. So the same table which you have seen dim underscore Excel, this table has been reflected in Power Query. So the first step in Power Query is looking for any blanks in the data in order to clean any data. So this is a customer code. The customer code is numeric form. So here we can see 1, 2, 3. The data format is numeric, and these are the similar to Power Excel. Here we can see transform table, we can transform tab, add tab, view tab, and different. These and separate query is again a separate field. So we are not going to dwell deep into this, but in course of time when we are performing different kinds of Excel projects, we are going to get accustomed with with different kinds of icons and different properties of these icons and how this will be used. So in this current project, as you have seen, out of all this, I have created a separate customer query, and the customer code. The customer code is ABC, which means data type is text. There is also data type is text. The data type of platform is text, and the channel is text. Now we are going to see whether there is any blank data. How we are going to check it? So I'm going to check this. Here we can see all the data is clean. There is no blank. So this column is clean, as well as this column is clean. There are chances of duplication of data, which means like all underscore out here can also be all out without a break. So this is a duplication of data. In this current data, the data is clean, so there is no duplication. In coming project, there are chance of duplication. In such case, we are going to clear duplication. So similarly, the platforms in so the brick and commerce. See here we can see that the customer code, the customer name. The customer is someone who buys from the Atlic and again resells. In fact, here the Atlic is the customer can be Tata New, like Chroma. The customer can be Chroma, and so the market is China. So similarly, the customer can be some other big dealer like Reliance Business. So the platform is brick and mortar e-commerce. It is as simple as that. You can say brick and mortar is offline mode, e-commerce is online mode like Flipkart, Amazon. Uh, and similarly, the markets are like Asia, different countries which you can see here. Also the channel, the distribution mode, the direct sell. Also suppose Atlic Hardware can directly sell using its e-commerce, or Atlic Hardware can sell it using retailer thing, or using retailer thing like the retail outlets like as I said the Chroma and the Reliance Business, or at least order can give it to some distributor which again sells to the retailer. So these are the different kinds of business models. So the first step, the customer table has been set. Here you can see here the dim dot customer. The dim means a dimension table. There are two kinds of tables. It is like dim and well as fact here. So dimension tables and fact tables. Dimension tables have all the properties, but the fact table is the most is the one thing which all the sales performance is done. Though the fact table is connected to different dimension tables using different two schemes. It's like star schema as well as the other two types of schemas. It is the star schema as well as snowflake schema. Those what are the schemas? The star schema, snowflake schema. How the schema, how it is connected, which will be discussed in the subsequent files, subsequent videos. So star schema, snowflake. So now I'm going to create the similar thing. What I have done in a customer file, I'm going to create. I'm going to explain in deep for the next table also. In the subsequent, I'm going to create as fast as I can. So again, I'm going to duplicate it. So again, a duplicate file has been created. Already customer has been done. So now I'm going to name it as the market. Dim underscore market. This market file has been created. Now if I go there again, I am going to have a list. So if I touch the bind, here you can see the column 1, column 2, and column 3, and the main header, the heading of the file is not mentioned. For this case, in the main use of Power Query is to transform the data. So here we can see the transformation is like use first row as headers. If you click this, the market, subzone, and region has been used as a headers. So here also we can see if there is any duplicate data or there is any blanks in this any data. If there is any blank, we need to replace it with NaN. Here we can see ANZ, New Zealand, NaN. NaN means there is a blank data. So in such case, we are going to replace it with NaN. NE Northeast, ROS, Rest of Asia, Southeast. So South Europe or Southeast, and again the region. Here also in region APAC, Asian Pacific as well as European Union. So now I'm going to create the remaining files. Now as you can see, duplicate and duplicate or underscore product. Underscore sellers. Underscore monthly. You should be careful while writing these tables. How it is there in the Excel file, the same should be replicated. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to recognize again. So immediately we should click this binary. Otherwise, we will forget. So here also we can see zero product code, customer code in the first row. But it should not be in the first row. It should be as a header. So I'm going to use first row as headers. And here you can see it is zero. The date table is zero. This should not be done. So I'm going to change it here itself. I'm going to write it as date. So this is the date, and whatever the transaction from 2018 20, some September 2018. Here we are loading. See, from September 2018 to up to August 2021. The different transactions of different products of around this many number of products, and the different with different customers. The customer code, the customer can be Europe, the customer can be India, and in different quantities. The total sales which has done, the freight cost as well as manufacturing cost. So these two combined, we get total cost of goods sold. In the subsequent videos, I'm going to explain. I'm going to write a calculated column, and I'm going to combine the freight cost and manufacturing cost and create a new column that cost of goods sold. In order to know what is the cost of goods sold is like the total cost incurred for the manufacturing of that product. Now for the final, it's like not complete manufacturing. The total cost which need to be sold at least the total cost of goods sold is like, and the difference of cost of goods sold and net sales amount gives us the gross margin. So the different business parameters is I'm going to discuss in the subsequent videos. In the current video, we are concentrated only on taking of data, dumping of data in Power Query, if the checking and clearing of data, if there is any duplications, if there are any errors in the data, and loading the data. So I've done around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The six tables have been created so far. 1, 2, 3, only five. So what's the missing is like the targets. Let's do the target video. And that's our targets. It's got, it's got done. So everything is done, and how we are going to transform this, how you are going to use this data, and do the analysis of the Atlic hardware, and how the company is going to get into profit or margin, the different products, and we can see the number of products and which product, the gaming laptop, and which product is performing well, which product is performing very least, and so that we can discontinue manufacturing of the project. Everything can be done, everything analysis, the analysis in different countries can be known after the data analysis project of this video. So far everything is done. After this, we can see the customer table is good, and all we have all address and data format is clear. The market table is good. The data format is clear. The fact sales monthly is good. The data format. If there is any numerical form, it should be 1, 2, 3. If there is any text form, it should be ABC. So here also we can see the different format: decimal number, currency, whole number, percentage, different formats, and the facts monthly. Here we can see the day. This is the date table. Here we can see this is the date time. This is the date or time. This is the time mode. The different data formats, the product codes, and here also we can see there is numerical as well as this in decimal form. The target. So far the data is clear and clean, and so that the most important step, the basic step for performing of any data analysis project is clean data and clear data, so that the final output is good. So that is done, and I'm going to close and load to. So I'm not going to create table for every here. So I'm only just going to create a connection, and I'm going to add the data to a data model. So if you create a connection, add data to data model, no table will be created, but all the table get loaded in this Excel file only in query mode. How it is going to done, I'm going to show here. Here nothing is created. There is no Excel file. All the tables are present, but they're in the backend. So here you can see all the tables have been loading in form of queries. Here sales table, customer table. We have loaded all the six tables. The six tables have been loading. Now the relationship and the rows are loaded. So how? But we cannot see any table here. But where are these tables? Let's take a look. So we are going here. So we started here home insert. So we are saving this file and with data in data. So queries and connections. Here we can see different tables. So I've loaded it, and we can see all this data. All the tables have been loaded and everything is clean. So whether this present in this table or not, let's close the file, close all the files. New sales. So we are seeing nothing. Go to data and go to queries and connections. And when we go to queries and connections, here we can see all the tables and all the data is loaded. In the subsequent videos, the subsequent videos. So you can see. So this file is existing, but it is present in query form, and there is some amount in. You can see whether it's on the size of file is around 84 MB, which means all the four tables have been loaded into the Excel file. Thank you.